Most table of content or agenda slides are boring. They are either copied from a template or slapped on at the last minute because we are supposed to have them. Don't get me wrong, I'm guilty of it more than anybody else if you have looked at any of my past videos. Here is the good news though, they don't have to be an afterthought. With this simple trick, I will show you how you can turn your agenda slide into a navigation hub and even a storytelling element. Here is the demo of what I have prepared for you. This is a table of contents slide with 9 sections in it. If you click on any of these images, see what happens. So when I clicked on number 2, it took me to the slide for section 2. Then I can continue my slides from here. If I scroll backward, it takes me back to this original page. Let's try this with, say, section 6. This one takes me to section 6. Same as previous, you can continue to scroll through the rest of the presentation from here on out, just like this. If you scroll back to section 6 and scroll back one more time, it will take you to this table of contents slide. So as you can see, this is a much more visual, interactive, and cool looking way of doing your table of content or agenda slides. And the best part is, it's really easy. So anybody can do this with just a few clicks. So let's see how to do this. Here is my presentation from 2x2 matrix frameworks video that I had done a while back. In this, I have shown like 10 different layouts for quadrant type of slides, like SWOT analysis. You have these 4 quadrants. Then you have some examples. Then we have SCQA framework, BCG matrix, and so on. Now a typical table of contents slide would just list these 10 things here. At the most, you can hyperlink your text with the respective slides, but that can get tedious as well and time consuming. So here is the easiest and best way to handle this. All you have to do is, from this preview on the left hand side, just drag the slide onto your table of contents slide. So that's my section 1, or the first framework I had shown. And here is my second one. So go back to your table of contents slide and just drag this second slide onto this table of contents slide. Remember, you just need to drag. Don't click on this preview here. Otherwise, it will just take you to that slide. We don't want that happening. If you want to go to the next slide, just scroll here. Don't click. Then once you have found your slide, press your left mouse click button and drag this slide like so. So do that for all the slides. So we have all 10 of them. All that's left is formatting. So how you arrange these is completely up to you. We will need to reduce the size of these thumbnails. So I'm just going to group them all, then reduce them in size all at once. Okay. Then let's ungroup them. Okay, and let's see, how do we want to do this? Since we have 10 of them, we could go 5 in one row and 5 in another, or we could have 2 per row and we could have 5 rows. So either 5 by 2 or 2 by 5, or we could even go asymmetrical. So we have 3 of them like this, and we can have 1 of them here, in which case we will have to reduce them in size even more. We can also add shadow for these thumbnails so they look like they are 3D. Let me color the background to gray color, and you get the idea. Now let's test this out. I'm in the full screen mode. If I click on number 3, it takes me to BCG matrix. So layout wise, this looks fine. We have a few more things we need to do. So let me go back to this slide. Let's say if my presentation takes me to this slide, I need some way to go back to the original table of contents slide. To do that, we need to add this button in the bottom right corner. If I were to click on this button, it takes me to the very first slide of my presentation. Right now, our table of contents slide is the 5th slide. So let me move this to be the first slide. Let me go back here. How do we add this button? Let me delete this and show you how to add this. So go to insert, click on shapes, and way at the bottom, you will see these action buttons. If you have watched my video about mastering shapes, I have covered this in detail. These shapes are meant to add interactivity to PowerPoint. Case in point, if I were to select this home button here and draw this button, it automatically opens this action settings dialog box, and by default this button is linked to the first slide. That's exactly what I want, but if you wanted to point this to some different slide, you can do that from this menu here. So let's say if we wanted it to point to slide 5, you can select slide 5 here. But since I have moved our table of contents slide from slide 5 to slide 1, we don't need to do that anymore. So first slide itself is fine. Click OK. Position this in the bottom right corner. Then go back to table of contents slide. Let's go full screen. Let me click on this slide 1 now. So it's taken me to this slide 1 and we have this home button. If I click on this now, you can see it takes me back to the first slide. So from navigation point of view, it's nice to have home buttons on all your section slides. Let me check this for 2 more slides. It works fine. Just to give you some inspiration, here are a few more variations of this slide. So this one is 5 thumbnails in 2 rows with a texture in the background. Here we have 4, 4, and 2 with an image in the background. This one has a laptop and a brick texture applied to the background. And that's it. So I will leave a link to this file in the description. In future, I plan to create another video with different types of table of content or agenda slide layouts. So look out for that. Also consider becoming a member. I recently posted a video for members. Also, there are a lot of free templates and extras available to members. There are 2 membership tiers. There is something for everyone there. So I hope you found this useful. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for future videos. And I will catch you next time.